Welcome back. This morning we've seen the impact of alcohol from law enforcement from a medical perspective. Well, now regulating it. Last month, 2 commissioners on Nebraska's Liquor Control Commission resigned at the request of Governor Jim Pillen. That was less than a week after the commission's executive director was federally indicted. So now there's a call to change for the makeup of the Liquor Control Commission. And Chronicles' Pete Cudahy has that story.
In less than a week, the Nebraska Liquor Control Commission lost nearly their entire leadership. Executive Director Hobart Roop was indicted on federal charges, which was followed by the governor's request for Chairman Bruce Bailey and Commissioner Kim Lowe to resign, leaving just one active commissioner.
You see all kinds of things, but never like this.
Bob Batt served on the commission until 2019. He says he understands why the governor is shaking things up.
Anytime something negative happens, it affects your reputation.
With changes coming, nonprofit Project Extra Mile, who works closely with the Liquor Control Commission, is calling on the governor to grow the board.
Additional 2 commissioners and require that one commissioner has a public health background and one commissioner has a public safety background, preferably law enforcement background.
Hoping the commission can be more effective at protecting public health.
These folks have the expertise. They know how alcohol is negatively impacting our communities, and they can bring that to the commission's deliberations, their discussions.
Whether the structure of the board changes or not, there will be new people running the show.
That's Pete Cudahy reporting. Now, in January 2025, Nebraska State Senator Margo Juarez introduced legislative bill 330. It proposed increasing the state sales tax on alcoholic beverages from 5.5% to 15.5%. Bill was introduced following advocacy from students who'd lobbied for the increase, pointing to Nebraska as having one of the nation's highest binge drinking rates, according to the CDC. Well, joining me now are 2 of those students, Vaishnavi Parasetla and Caleb Vaughn, along with Chris Wagner from Project Extra Mile. Thank you all for joining us today. Appreciate it. Chris, first off, I looked at the CDC's report addressing excessive alcohol use. It says nationally, 17% of adults binge drink. Nebraskans' rate is 21%, 23% in Iowa. How do you fight that?
Well, it's really a consequence of the policies that we have in place, Rob. And so really working towards evidence-based policies that we know work in other states and other countries and reducing that binge drinking rate is what we're all about.
Are you making any progress?
Well, we're hoping to, with Senator Juarez's help and these youth advocacy, that we can make a big push in that direction.
Nice. Okay, so Vaishnavi and Caleb, first off, what grade are you in?
I'm a junior
at
Millard North High School.
Okay, and Caleb?
I'm a senior at Millard West High School.
Millard West. So you worked with Senator Juarez. Caleb, first I'll start with you. How'd you get involved?
Oh, to start off, I saw this opportunity in my scholarship updates in my counselor page for Millard West.
Right.
And I was like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is the kind of thing I've been looking for. So I signed up, and I've been part of Project Extra Mile's Youth Leadership Network for more than 2 years.
Nice. And Vaishnavi, why'd you get involved?
I was looking for leadership opportunities online, and I found Project Extra Mile, and the mission and Project Extra Mile's goals resonate deeply with me, so I thought I'd get involved.
So what did you do? How did you saw that you wanted to get involved? What's the next thing you do? Did you just call up Senator Juarez and say, hey, Senator, I want to help?
No, I reached out to Chris here and attended a couple meetings and then found out more. And from there, I attended meetings with senators and got more involved.
Gotcha. And so what did you guys do when you got down to Lincoln?
Got down to Lincoln. We first lobbied to talk to the senators about LB 330, and yeah, it's hard to get them off the stage, right?
Oh, right.
But we were able to, and I think we made some progress in actually making our cause be heard.
Nice. So how did you do that? How did you actually be able to make them listen?
I wasn't there for the actual event, but I read through some testimonies online, and I think a large part of what got people to listen was that there were so many people rallying for LB 330, and seeing that there were so many people supporting it definitely had an impact.
Right. So, Chris, the bill is stuck in committee, or it's in committee. I don't say it's stuck because we have a whole nother session to go for. What's it look like? What are the chances?
Well, we're always going to be hopeful. We're actually meeting with some of the members of the committee next week with the Youth Leadership Network. And we think that there's a good case to be made for the bill. Not only is it going to reduce the harms that we see in our communities, like impaired driving, alcohol-related diseases, economic costs that excessive drinking causes in our communities, but it's also going to raise money for things that they could potentially use it for. Property taxes, using it for prevention and treatment is another thing that we're hopeful that they'll do, and supporting mental health supports in public schools. So it's really a win-win. So we're going to be trying to convey that to the committee next week.
So you have LB 330 as one of your targeted efforts for Project Extra Mile next year. Any other goals?
Yeah, I mean, we talked about at the coalition really looking at the availability of alcohol as well. So we know from the World Health Organization there are these 3 best buys, they're really recommendations for state and local governments that don't cost really anything other than political will to implement, and can make a big difference in putting a dent in this problem. So looking at reducing the availability of alcohol in our community, looking at increasing the price, which is what LB 330 does, and then looking at restricting advertising. Those are like the 3 main areas that the government can work on to really address the problem.
And Vaishnavi and Caleb, as you guys are working on this, do you hear anything from your fellow students, or do you have support from your other students?
I've talked to my friends about this bill, and they're like, oh yeah, this is something that we need in our community. And yeah.
Do they tell you why? I mean, are they worried about binge drinking? Are they worried about other kids going out?
Well, I have a lot of friends that have been affected by binge drinking and alcoholism. Me personally, my family has had problems with that. And it's just, we need to find a way to nip it in the bud, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Vaishnavi, what do you think?
I have a wonderful group of friends, and none of us have had any issues with alcohol, binge drinking, or substance abuse, but I have heard things from a lot of other students. I know that there definitely is an issue with youth drinking alcohol, so I think this bill is a wonderful way to prevent that.
Well, I applaud your effort, no matter how the bill comes out. I applaud y'all's effort getting involved and taking a stand and trying to make change in our community, because that's what we need. I appreciate y'all coming out today. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And remember, if you missed any part of the show, if you want to watch it again, it's available on the very local app. All KETV News Watch 7 reports are there on demand. They're free. As for Senator Juarez's bill, that's LB 330, it is still in committee. No word on if it will be brought to the floor when the session begins in January. Of course, we will keep following that for you. Finally, this morning, I want to point out that we're not saying having a drink is bad. I'd be hypocritical if I said that. It's just that binge drinking can lead to so many bad situations. You should know about them before you make that decision to drink. I'm Rob McCarty. Thanks for watching. We'll see you back here next Sunday morning for KETV News Watch 7's Chronicle.